we are here live again. 2nd of December is this one, so we are going to Christmas edition. I thought it was too early for me to go through Christmas, and to be honest with you, I'm too cold just to be inside a Christmas jumper. I've got quite a few layers on. I'm a very layer person. So we are going to go all Christmas, but not yet. I mean, have you got your Christmas decorations up? I do want to know if you do have your Christmas decorations up, not just because I'm being nosy or anything, it's just I don't have mine up yet. I know I should have them up, and technically I had them up. I literally had a tray. But the area where I want to put my tree up, sort of over the year, it's got a bit tacky and stuff, so I sort of wanted to like repaint a little bit and do up like sort of room a little bit more. So I have took the tree back out again and had to take all the Christmas decorations down and do a bit of work. So basically I haven't got them up yet, so I'm a little bit late. But I want to know if you've got your Christmas decorations up. Now, it's actually 23 days till Christmas, I think. 23 days, I'm pretty positive. Correct me if that's wrong. I'm pretty positive it's 23 days. But you might, I'm going to start with some quite sad news basically. You might have already heard about it, and if you are one of my local, not local, I mean usual viewers, and then you'll know that last week I reported on it that Shane MacGowan was quite ill, who is one of the main faces, well, is pretty much one of his main face of the band Pogues, who did Fairy Tales New York, and who was also the singer on there. He has sadly passed away. He passed away on the 30th of November. So very, not so long ago he passed away. And the way that this song came about, which obviously he's very well known for, and one of the reasons why we are thinking about it so much, and I suppose it is the fact of we are just starting listening to this song now, aren't we? Because obviously it's Christmas. The reason why it came about was because their manager of the Pogues, so the band. Producer, sorry. Elvis Costello. A bit weird on that. I forgot his name was Elvis. I mean, I suppose back then, was Elvis around? I don't know. Was Elvis around at that time? Was it a name? Because I don't suppose you call anybody Elvis anymore, because you've got Elvis. Do you hear somebody called Elvis? But he challenged the Pogues to sort of write a Christmas hit. Now, obviously, they went a bit above that and write a Christmas, massive hit. So he challenged them. Now, Jem Finer, who was the banjoist in the Pogues, came up with the concept of the song and also the melody. And he first wrote it about a sailor that was homesick and was on the Irish West Coast Irish Sea. But then his wife thought it'd be better if it was a couple at Christmas, which we all know now to this day. And it became one of the most played songs of the 21st century in 1985. And it's coming up.
What's happened?
I think I've already read that bit.
Yeah.
And it's coming up.
And MacGowan, he said that he was going to be home in Rhapsody.
Yeah. Now MacGowan has related his song Fairy Tales New York to be his version of Bohemian Rhapsody. So you think of Bohemian Rhapsody, how wonderful it is and everything, and then you think of that song, how wonderful it is. I suppose it's his version of it. And what I was getting to before, which I lost on, was the fact of that he sort of put his input after his wife said about it, and that's he's rest in peace. We really miss him. I mean, I went to a show last night. I did a little. Yeah, it was last night. There's a little performance, and one of the people did a tribute to him, and it was just very, he found it very hard hitting. He remember seeing him on stage, and he was quite, looked up to him. Now, in other stories, you might remember, I don't think it was last week, I think it was 3 weeks ago, on my news channel, I reported about the fact of Nestle did stop discontinuing their animal bars and cow neck bars. Well, I did a performance on Thursday at Lancaster Royal Club in Lancaster. I did a performance, I did 2 dances, and I went to go to the bar to get a raspberry JTO. Now, one of the controversial things is, do you like raspberry JTOs or do you like the other one? I don't even know what it's called. Orange. I hate orange that much, I don't even know what it's called. I'm not drinking orange, I'm carrying on my raspberry JTO. So I went to the counter to get that. And what did I see at the counter? Now, bearing in mind, I have been quite a lot of shops trying to find this animal bar. To be honest with you, I don't care about the cow neck. I mean, I personally don't like cow neck. I've had it, didn't like it, not going back there again. But the animal bar I really wanted to go back to. And behind the stage bar, there was animal bars. So I went there, I said, can I have one of those animal bars, please? It cost me 25p, so quite cheap. And that's one serving, is that 25p? And I bought one, and then I went back to my seat, and I said to someone, I quite like to eat this right now. And she says, well, you might as well get some more. So I went back and got another 2. And that all together cost me 75p, so it's quite a cheap treat. Now, if you look here, you might have to see, this one's got like a little bird on it, this one's got a snake on it, so they're a bit more a bit unique. And if you open them, so I'm just going to try and basically say why we're going to miss them a bit as well. If you open them, they have a little game inside of them. This one says, try to find 2 leaves that are the same shape. So I don't know if you can see this. It's got like a little game and you can play it, and it's different to the one I opened last night. So what I'm saying is they're all different. I mean, if I open this one, probably should be selling these realistically. Not opening them. This one's the one I played last night. It says about the fact of trying to find the birds that are pointing left or right. And if you open them, 1 minute. If you open them, not only do you get a nice little treat, but you also have 2 separate pictures of animals. This is a lion and this one is something. Something. Now, I will be telling you a bit about something about a lion later on inside this show. I want to eat that, but I can't eat that because I'm doing this, but I have to eat it once we finish. I will tell you a bit about something about a lion inside a few more stories. Now, the next story is talking of pubs, because I was just at a pub. The John O'Groats in Market Street, Lancaster, which are basically very famous for hosting music. Very famous for hosting music. And I'm not personally allowed to go in there because you have to be over 18 and I'm too young to go in there. I've listened from afar though. I've listened. I remember it was Lancaster Music Festival and I remember hearing a pianist in there, but I couldn't go listen. Now, they built a stage in their business, so it's basically what it is so then they can, because they've got so many bands, so they could separate the band or the performances to the public, which makes sense because I suppose you could have the public crashing into the stuff and things. This is a picture of the stage. Here you go. That's a picture of what it looks like.
So it's basically just a
it's basically
floor and wooden railing.
Yeah, wooden floor and wooden railing. So it doesn't really look that bad at all. But what the council have said is that it isn't in keeping with the building because this is a listed building, so it is quite old and stuff. And they've said that it isn't in keeping and for them to take it down. Now, John O'Groats has... It's John O'Groats? No.
Yeah, John O'Groats.
And John O'Groats has been playing live music for nearly 100 years. So they are well known for playing music there. And if you've seen the buildings inside Lancaster, you in the council, which the council have it applied to, you do make the wonder. Oh, is it going off? It does make you wonder who's actually applying, saying yes to.
Making the decisions.
Yeah, so making. Sorry if it keeps cutting out. I don't know why. And who is making the decisions to these things because of some of them look a bit weird. But the pub have applied to try and get this because of the council wanting to basically get rid of this stand. Even though I just should point out this stand is not affecting the building, meaning it's not touching the building. It's not. They've not made a hole into the building or anything. It's just sort of like a bit like this table. You know, it's just like a bit of a table, but it's secure and you can walk on it. Which I suppose you can walk on a table, really. So they didn't do it. It's no fault of their own. They just thought, what's the problem? They say
they didn't realise that you would need planning for it, which I don't suppose most people would because it's just inside. It's just a floor. Well,
I remember when when I did go to school quite a bit ago, we used to just get out all these tables and make it a stage, you know, sort of thing. And so I suppose you wouldn't think it was a problem, would you? At all. But the council have complained and says it's not in keeping, and they're trying to get rid of this stage basically, and they're trying to get apply to get this not happening. I don't know what the session.
So they're going to submit obviously a retrospective listed building application. But the council have already said, they told Lancaster Guardian that they'd advised them that it's unlikely to be approved owing to the nature of the construction and its impact on the listed buildings. So it looks like they're just negative straight away.
Well, a Lancaster City Council person told the Lancaster Guardian, which is the big Lancaster newspaper, whilst the I think you have to read this one. It's very complicated.
Yeah, that's what I
words.
said. Whilst the occupiers are within their rights to submit a listed building application for retention of the works, that's what I was just basically saying in different words. That they put the nature of the construction, its impact on the listed building, is unlikely to be approved. So that's what I didn't read it off there. I just sort of did it in my own words, but that's basically it.
There is also an online petition. Sorry. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
If you want to support the pub and sign up to get it, I mean, I don't know what you think. Are the council in their right to do this, or are they not in the right to do it? I mean, I always think that, I suppose if it was outside, I don't really know enough about it. I'm not a council person. I'm just reporting on it.
But if you want to support live music and the John Gaunt in Lancaster, they seem to play a lot of live music.
I suppose
there is
a
a
lot of people
petition,
into Lancaster.
and if you're in the area, or even if you're not in the area and holidaying up that area, just supporting live music. And if you go online, there's a petition there which you can sign, obviously, to support it.
Now, before we go on to the next news story, I'm just going to, because I haven't really got this set where I'm going to bring it in, so I might as well bring it in now. I did a live today saying about a competition I was entering. Well, not entering, I was there. And it was Young Musicians of the Year in Wensleydale. And it was also not just Wensleydale, it was there, but it was also like pretty much the whole of Yorkshire, really.
North Yorkshire.
Yeah. And also the borders sort of area. And so I went there, and I'm going to show you my certificates. In my, is it the names classes?
In the first class.
I don't think the names certificates. Oh no, they are. In the first class, I played Entertainers Cock Dropping, which is a grade 8 piece, so grade 8 is pretty much the highest. I think there's possibly a 9. But I played that, and I came a third. And then there was also a saxophonist who came first, which he definitely deserved.
He was brilliant.
He was
really
good.
good.
Really deserved to win. And then I also did, for the second class, which I did vocals on my own song, my Christmas song Snowflake, which you can go listen to. Christmas song Snowflake. It went. I did very well with the performance. I was very happy with how it went, and I came second on that one. Yeah, I came second.
I wonder why you stopped.
I was just checking. And I got
Da-da-da.
2 medals.
Medals.
So I got a little medal. I also did a bit of Christmas shopping afterwards, and went and I got a few Christmas presents for people. I was going to show them to you, but it's in the other room, and I was planning on the person not watching, so I was going to show you anyway. But anyway. The point is, I also bought something for myself, which I probably shouldn't do near Christmas, but it was this little cute hedgehog, and it was like, look, I don't know if it was porcelain or melanin or something. No, it wasn't melanin. It was some form of pottery. And it had this little really fluffy, you know, like its spikes, but it's not really fluffy, a little Christmas hat. It was adorable, and it had a little red nose. So I did buy it for myself, probably shouldn't have done, but I did. But moving on to the next news story, HMV, which you probably might know of, has opened a new store in London, Oxford Street. I think I've been down London, Oxford Street. Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been down London, Oxford Street. I thought we did. After it being closed for 4 years. Now, this store was their first ever store, which was opened in 1921. So the first ever store that was ever opened. Now, the reason why they've reopened this was because they do have like about 100 stores all over the country. UK, they decided to reopen it as the fact there's been a massive increase in sales of such things as physical music, so CDs, vinyl, so on. The owner now is Doug Putman, and he says it's been a great.
It's a great moment to welcome back customers to the first store, which was opened in 1921 by the British composer Sir Edward Elgar.
The shop has hosted basically loads of musicians like over the years, because they had on the rooftop, they had the Blur in 1995, and they had the Spice Girls doing a Christmas light switch on in the following year. So I don't know what I want, but I really want. And it's closed in 2019 when HMV fell into
administration
and spent years
so it spent years lying empty, but Putman said HMV, which currently has more than 100 stores across UK, had seen total sales rise this year, with sales of CDs up for the first time in more than a decade. So that's really good news.
Well, such things as like Taylor Swift's new release of stuff, it's been sort of like everything of hers has been selling, which I must admit I do love Taylor Swift. I do, don't I?
Oh yeah, yeah, I love Taylor Swift.
I mean, I don't always like listen to her music, but I do like a lot of her music. Some of it I know, well, some of it I don't. But I just like her sort of thing as mainly, really. I actually went to watch a Taylor Swift movie, which I was quite happy with. I went with a group, and it was very fun. It did go on for some time, but it was very, very fun, and it was worth it. I did also spill popcorn everywhere. I was sat next to this girl, and I sort of we shared the popcorn. It was like big popcorn, and I was sort of like going to get like something. We brought some snacks in, and I sort of like saw it on the floor, and I thought, is that me? I don't know. And then I sort of like I said to her, it's falling. I don't think she noticed. And then when it finished, and the people said, "What did you drop that?" And I was like, maybe we did. And so we had to pick it all up. So that happened. But vinyls.
So Putman said. CDs had regained appeal because they were now relatively cheap and people were doubling down on trying to buy everything. So basically you can't, on the internet, you can see it and you can hear it, but you can't actually physically hold it and have it.
I suppose if you have a vinyl, it must be like a lot more exciting, I suppose. Vinyl sales have, vinyl album sales for the for the year 2022 have seen a
3.6% increase.
3.6% increase when compared to 2021. Sales of the vinyls LPs group for the 15th consecutive year in 2022 to 5.5 million units, the highest level since 1990. Now, on the topic of vinyls and CDs and all that jazz, I've got some very, very exciting news, very unbelievably exciting news. I have got my own CD coming out. Yes, it's true, it's happening. I've got my own CD coming out, my own music on, all my songs. I've got them all on there. It's going to be a very, very exciting moment. I think it should hopefully be here by Friday. I was planning on having it sooner, but we had to get all there was a picture that was a bit not right. And it's going to be coming. I've got a picture on the front, I've got the picture on the back with all the songs, and I've got a picture on the CD, I've got a little piece of paper, I've got it all. It's going to be so wonderful. And also, once after I've got my CDs, I'm going to then will move on to vinyl, which will be very exciting, which I will probably have to get myself a vinyl player. I don't actually have a vinyl player. I actually been thinking about it though. I think I actually really want one. I never actually heard, I have, but I still want to really hear a song on vinyl and see what the difference is, sort of thing. And it's going to be very, very exciting. And obviously I'm going to be promoting it and showing you all and saying everything about it so you can go get yourself one. I will have it sold inside local shops, like Buns in Morecambe and stuff. But you will be able to find it on line. I will be selling it online. I think you know, like other YouTubers, they always have like this thing where you can scroll down and like get all the merch and stuff. I'm gonna have to work that out and see how to do that. So you can just like literally, if you click on a video, it's there. But I don't know how to do that yet. So if you do, please tell me. But I'm gonna look into that now.
So Neville says he wants a signed copy. Well done, Neville.
Well, yes, I have a signed copy. How do you do that?
Oh, and Tracy wants a CD. And Barry says, love hedgehogs with a bit of garlic butter. Barry! Could you?
You will be getting a signed copy, by the way.
Yeah, Barry won't be getting a signed copy now.
Anybody else wants a signed copy, we can get a signed copy. To be honest with you, though, my writing is not quite poor.
I never said, did your nerves settle when you were performing?
Well, beginning, not so much. When I was doing the entertaining, it was quite hard. But before I went on to sing, I was nervous. But once I was singing, I was actually fine. I find playing the piano is very nerve-wracking. Singing, I personally can manage quite well. But playing the piano, I find quite difficult. Because I just think I'm just going to get it wrong. But it actually went really, really well. Really, really well. So I'm quite happy with that. Now, I'm just going to show you something. Just before we went on, I came across this and I thought I might do it. This is relating to my next story. This is a circus carriage. I open it, and this lion's come out. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because of this lion possibly has escaped by itself. Yes, that's true. What's happened is, a lion's roaming around Rome in Italy. There's a seaside town west of Rome. A lion has been loose. Loose it has. Now I'm going to show you a few pictures. Here it is first. This is called Kimber. Kimber, it's not like a famous lion of the Lion King. It's an 8-year-old lion. I'm not too sure if that's old for lions or not, but I'm not too sure, really.
I don't think it's very old for a lion.
To be honest with you, I'm not a lion expert. I'm not lying.
That's so sad.
This one might be a bit of a blurry one because it's a blurry one anyway. But I'm not lying.
That's so sad.
Now, after 5 hours of this lion roaming about, they've realised this lion went. I mean, you'd think. I think I know I mentioned before.
I've never lost a lion, but you would think.
I mean, I'm not lying. You're lying there.
You would think that they'd know. Well, I'd know it was missing before 5 hours was up.
It's a circus who has this lion, and they noticed 5 hours. And I think it was actually not actually they didn't notice actually. I think it was actually like local authorities that noticed it. It's missing 6 hours in. So I think like an hour after they found out. I managed to find this lion, and the videos have been going a bit viral on social media because obviously I suppose when you walk down the street you see a lion there. I mean, how did you have a lion loose? They don't really know how this lion actually escaped. They said that there is going to be a report into seeing how this escaped, and they said that it shouldn't really happen, which it shouldn't have happened. And the mayor said for the public to stay indoors, which that's a bit obvious. Unless the lion's in with you.
Don't try and pet it.
Unless the lion's in with you, like don't try and rescue it yourself. I mean, what would you do if you saw a lion? I mean, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, saying what because we were talking about it and saying about it, and she says, oh well, I'd probably go in and call the fire brigade or something, or something like that. And I thought, well, I'd probably just go in and call 999 and get whoever I get. I mean, I don't know if I would. Yeah, I would do. Yeah, because I suppose it could hurt somebody, couldn't it?
Well, yes.
Well, it didn't, did it? For 6 hours, it didn't hurt anybody.
Potted about.
The reason how they got it was they shot it with one of those pointy things.
A tranquilizer.
Tranquilizer.
They didn't get killed, by the way. It got just a tranquilizer.
You do see these animals when they do get killed, which is quite obviously very, very saddening. And he got back to his cage and he looked very happy when I saw it. And through a post, they told.
Well, the mayor has said that obviously there's so much controversy now with circuses, and 20 European countries have banned them.
Apart from Italy.
That this should be a step forward to having them banned, but the circus owner said it was sabotage.
So I mean, I don't know, sabotage. Well, I wonder what's going to happen there. I mean, the mayor just sort of says it's just not really right. I mean, well, tell me your opinion. What do you think?
Should a lion be allowed to roam about the streets?
Or should a lion be inside a circus? Or what should happen?
No, I don't think so.
I think in Italy, don't they have wild bears and stuff? It's not that far off.
What, being in a cage? So a bear roaming about isn't far off being a lion in a cage?
No, far off a lion being roaming about.
Oh, right, I was going to say. Okay.
The only thing is that lions sort of, I don't suppose you have the bears inside the towns, the bears sort of inside the hills. Bobbies. That sort of area.
James says, hi mum. Hi James. And he says, you rock.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, supposedly.
Tracy wants a CD.
I don't want to say this though, but you're going to get one anyway, Tracy. I mean,
obviously.
I was trying to keep this a secret, but I'm just basically, if you don't know, Tracy's my auntie, and I'm sending her a Christmas parcel with Christmas presents in, and the reason why I'm not sending you it yet is because I'm waiting for the CD. So I was going to keep that a secret, but here we go. Yeah.
But hi Jane. Hi Tracy. She's put hi Jane, and they're all saying hi to me. Not you. Me.
I can't do anything without her. I can do anything without you.
Oh, bless. Well, is that wrapped everything up? Is there anything else? So. Anybody wants to know?
I feel like there was something else, was there not?
No, I don't think that's it. I think that's it. We're a bit short this week because we had to leave it so late because we had so much on. And it's very difficult because you can't do the news at the beginning of the week because then it's not like old news. So.
Well, I had Thursday I had a variety night. Friday had a variety night, 2 separate ones, and I also had Italian class and blah blah blah, so on, loads of stuff. And also had a competition which I had to practice mad for, and I'm also trying to get the house ready for Christmas. So I've literally just tried to get this all done inside the last hour or so.
Yeah, it's been practice all week, hasn't it?
I mean, I still managed to find stories though, because some of these stories I found a lion one. If you notice that if sometimes I have a lot of animal stories, it's because of me. I found a story and I was about to report on it, and I checked the date. It turns out it was 1st of March, but it was actually a hedgehog that was too fat to roll into a ball. It was like 3 times the size of a normal hedgehog. Oh, also an interesting fact which my auntie just told me earlier today when I was talking to her, that Shane MacGowan was actually born on Christmas Day, which I thought was quite weird. I mean, not funny. I mean, no. I mean, you don't really hear many people that are born on Christmas Day, do you?
No, and there's a connection, isn't there?
Yeah, to this
Most
Christmas
people
song.
born on Christmas Day don't write a top Christmas song, do they?
No, I mean, I wasn't born on Christmas Day, but I've written one.
Yeah, but it's not as successful as his.
Yet. Yet. Get listening to it. Get everybody told. And then it could be.
It might be after today because it came second in the competition. So it might be.
Obviously, you're able to find it on my CD. CD will have 9 songs on it. All of the good ones. Ones you probably haven't heard yet because of some of them just aren't there. It's going to be quite a good, it should be an exciting DVD. It will be a very, very good price I'll be selling it for. I mean, it's not expensive.
We're going to try and keep it as cheap as we can. We think we can definitely keep it under £5 and try and work out how much the cheapest postage is. So anybody that wants one, I don't see it'll be more than $6.99 posted. And there's a shop in Lancaster called Morecambe, Eden Records, and they've asked if they can have them to sell them, so you can go pick them up from there to save you any postage.
Or if you happen to live nearby and we can just sort of drop it off.
Yeah, I can always meet up. We're always travelling around everywhere. So we go. So hopefully under a £5 for the actual physical CD, and hopefully under £7 posted. And
then after that, I'll start looking into vinyls. I'll sort of just.
We definitely want to do vinyls.
Yeah, we definitely are going to be doing vinyls, but I just sort of wanted to do CDs first and get them done.
And vinyls are more expensive to produce. They're a lot more expensive, so we sort of probably have to do that for orders first of all.
And I need myself a vinyl player as well. I also want to try and get some form of CD player for Princess, but obviously I don't want to wreck any of her, because if I fitted it in like a normal car, I'd have to have her inside like the middle, and I'd have to have the speakers, so I don't want to be doing that. So I'm going to try and find something, and then we could like sort of drive around listening to our own songs, which is very exciting. I also I got a music video I want to do with Princess and stuff, so a lot going on. So look out for the videos coming. I do have a train video which is out, which is live. It was live. It was like quite a quick one, but it actually had, I didn't notice, I don't know why I didn't notice at the time. I think because I was in quite a rush, like this competition and stuff, I just did it quite quick, so you'll notice that I just cut off like sort of straight away. But I didn't talk about it because I was like, sort of my mind was a bit everywhere. But there was actually 3 locomotives on this train. There was a diesel at the front, then just right behind the diesel there was a steam train, and then at the end there was another diesel, so I was like, but I didn't notice that at the beginning, so it was only when I looked back at it and I didn't notice that, so have a look at that. And also
Scots Guardsmen and 2 Class 47s, so there were 3 locomotives in one shot, which is on her other channel, not this one.
But we did a live on this.
And then there's another one which has had over 21,000 views, and it's like on fire, isn't it? That's on Instagram, but it's had over 21,000 views.
Yeah, look out, mate.
And it's a fantastic video.
Yeah, I do have Instagram and I do have Facebook. And I also, the Spotify and that sort of stuff. I am going to try and do a bit more. I mean, I do a lot on my Instagram, and Facebook, don't I? I do a lot.
Yeah.
But I was quite happy with my one on Instagram. I thought that did quite well, so it was pretty on. I thought, look, that's doing
I love James. He says, Matilda, you have such a great mum. I'm just chatting with James. You carry on. We love James. Thank you.
And there will be videos coming out this week. We've got one that we haven't got out yet, but it's done. No, it's not done. I mean, we've got videos, but it's just not done. And we've got other things planned that we're just going to work on. But if anything, don't forget about my news channel this week, and we'll probably see steam trains for the week. I think some of you have mentioned this before. I don't know why I have so many steam trains in this area, but we do, which is good. It's very good. We do get a lot of steam trains, but sadly for a while we want so much recovery. But anyway, so much recovery.
I saw a thing on it, and it says that they'd managed to take it under with a diesel back, and that it was some valve, and I don't know this 100% because I only really quickly read it, that it wasn't as bad as what they thought, and they'd said that it wasn't going to be off as long as they thought. It was only going to be a short period of time that it was off. So hopefully that's great news if it's not done any serious damage. But I just glanced at it. I was doing all this for this and I just glanced at it, so something like that.
We want it back. I mean, yeah, we want it back.
AJC says you're looking smart, Matilda.
Thank you. I haven't got a Christmas attire out yet. This outfit is on the front page of my CD. I think it's just on the front page. I think the other pictures are separate. I think it's just the front page of the CD. So that's all good. But though, yeah, and it's still exciting.
And Tracy says, why don't you do Fairy Tales of New York for this Christmas? She's practicing it, Tracy. She's on with it. That's how we started looking at the story. Because she was on with it and she looked back into the past of it. So she is on with practicing it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, vinyl. Yeah, definitely vinyl.
I want a vinyl. I really want a vinyl. So thank you very much for watching this. And I'll see you either next week or through the week. But don't forget, 6:30 next week. And I'll see you later.
Oh, and if you have any stories, send
them in.
Oh
yeah. Why not? Thank you. And don't forget, please bring in any stories that you have because they will get read out. Or unless obviously they're really bad. But they will get read out. But any chances are like 99%. 99.
As long as it's not rude.
Yeah, exactly. Or you just really brought out the worst story in the history of stories. Chances are I'll probably report about it anyway, so this is the worst of stories, the worst of stories. You'll get it.
So yeah, send your stories in.
And thank you very much.
And thank you very much for watching. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
See you later. Bye.